FlightSimulationGuru.com.
Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. This is a video podcast from FlightSimulationGuru.com. Today at Flight Simulation Guru, we're going to take a step out of the virtual world and into the real world as we take a look at in-flight entertainment systems. And today we're going to be taking a closer look at the new in-flight entertainment system from Virgin America called Red. Now, anyone who flies frequently knows that the quality of in-flight entertainment systems varies quite a bit depending on the airline you're flying on and whether or not you're flying on a domestic flight or international flight. So you may get nothing at all. You may get one of those setups where they have television monitors above the aisle where they show a single program, maybe a movie throughout the flight. Or you might have seat-back monitors, and the older systems sort of feature videotapes that play back a preset recordings of movies or TV programs, but more recently you will increasingly find on-demand systems via these in-flight entertainment systems on the seat back in front of you. Now, over the last couple of weeks, I've flown Virgin America quite a number of times between New York and San Francisco, and I was actually quite impressed by their in-flight entertainment system, and so I wanted to review it here. It's called Red. I noticed when I got on the plane one time it's actually running on Linux because you could see the system booting up and the little penguins on the backs of everyone's seat. The system itself is actually a touchscreen format, although there is a hand controller that's located in the armrest of the seat as well, which you can use to navigate the system. There's a number of different options that you can choose from. One of which is that you could watch live television. This is something which made headlines a couple years ago with JetBlue, which I believe was the first U.S. airline to introduce live TV. There's a small satellite receiver on the roof of the plane, and so as you're flying across the country, you can watch CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, or a number of other program TV networks showing television programming. And this is quite interesting, quite useful. It's kind of fun to watch CNN at 40,000 feet while you're flying over the country. If the movies aren't particularly good, the live television is a really great option and a really great alternative. On these flights, the live television is free if you're flying in coach. However, if you want to watch one of the movies, there is a charge for that. I don't remember exactly, but it's roughly $5 or so, I believe. Another option is you can look at the map, and most of these in-flight entertainment systems these days do have some sort of map, but the Virgin America system was quite unique in that it used Google Maps, and so that was definitely a step up from the normal mapping software that is used for these in-flight entertainment systems. There is also a selection of games that you can play. I'll be honest, I don't usually play the games on these flights. I mean, usually you're limited to sort of solitaire or hearts or something, but I must say I was quite amused to find Doom on the system, and y'all remember Doom from back in the day, and so I gave it a try, and it worked quite well actually. It was quite fun, and not exactly what I was expecting to find in the game selection, and I remember back my old computer used to struggle to play Doom 10 years ago, and now here it is running on the seat back in front of me while I'm flying across the country. So it's sort of quite a fun experience there. There's also quite an extensive music library that you can choose from, maybe about 1,000 songs or so from what I could tell. They're all completely on demand. You can set up your own playlists if you want to listen to certain genres, wide selection of artists, wide selection of music styles, and so I spent a good probably hour or so playing around with that and checking out the different tunes on there. There's also some music videos that you can watch on demand, although there's maybe about 15 or so music videos, but quite a wide selection of audio that you can listen to. And one of my favorite features, I must say, though, is the ability to order food and drink using this system directly from your seat. So whenever you want throughout the flight, you can go onto the screen and you can choose to have a sandwich. Say you want a sandwich and a Coke. So you can select an option on the screen, you pick a sandwich, you put that in your shopping cart, you pick a Coke, you put that in your shopping cart, you check out, and usually about 2 minutes later or so, flight attendant will bring it right to your seat, and you're done. On the domestic flights like these, Virgin America, your food is not free if you're flying in coach. You have to pay for that, and you would use a credit card. But the drinks, non-alcoholic drinks, soft drinks, water, bottled water, those are free, and you can order them whenever you want, sort of on-demand drinks. And I've never seen anything like that before on an in-flight entertainment system, and it was that was quite fun. One other little odd thing that you could do, you could offset your carbon emissions from the flight as you were flying across the country. It was about $10, I believe, if you wanted to offset your carbon emissions. And you could do that with a swipe of your credit card through the in-flight entertainment system's card reader. Now, overall, I was very impressed with the system. However, there were a few issues that I think will have to be addressed over time. One of which was that the satellite receiver for the television seemed to drop out every now and then, and so that's definitely something which could be improved a little bit. But when you step onto the plane, the flight crew and the pilot, etc., are very open and honest, saying this is a brand new system. It's currently being developed and it's always being updated, and so this is cutting edge technology. We can't expect it to work perfectly all the time, but that's how it works, I suppose. But yeah, overall, I was very pleased with it. It definitely kept me entertained, during my flight across the U.S., and it definitely raises the bar for in-flight entertainment systems. And hopefully, that sort of competition will mean that U.S. domestic flights and international ones as well will maybe be just a little bit more enjoyable in these days when travel is not always that much fun. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. If you have, please consider subscribing to my channel, and hopefully we'll see you back here again soon.